I usually do 3-minute shorts to show the world how easy everything is. You watch 2 and 3 hour programs on subjects and still have no answers. That's why I do it in 3 minutes. This video, we're going to talk about how everything is borrowed from a earlier time, how things are shared in every civilization, and how the Anunnaki mark their stamp all over the world with the symbol of 3. First up, Osiris' spine. The 4 collars represent Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury. Right over top of that is Saturn, the 5th planet, the 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. I've shown you a video of why they use leaves as crowns. Notice up the stem, you count 7 on the branches all the way up one side for 7 planets. The 5 you can see with your naked eye, the sun and moon make 7. Now let's remember, Indonesia is right over top of Australia. They have 13 constellations. Remember, Egypt has Australia's petroglyphs as hieroglyphs. This is the first Osiris' spine. It shows 7 going up the side, just like the leaves I showed you on the top of Osiris' spine. I've told you all I have this entire world in my back pocket. Since Fred insists on me trolling for longer than 3 minutes, and it's short, fine, let's go to South Africa. I always ramble about East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, but South is something even more special. I believe it's when the cradle of everything began. So we have things that's dated 200 to 300,000 years ago. Way before cotton, we were picking gold. They complained about how hot it was in the work conditions and saw some Homo sapiens, hairy and grunting. And after a long series of trials, we got an upgrade. Look how beautiful this site is. The same symbolism I showed you all over the world. The planets are on everything, every structure on this entire planet. The 5 you can see with your naked eye, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and don't forget Mercury. The sun and moon make 7. Everything ancient is either on a mound or surrounded in a circle, representing Saturn, our black sun, the first sun worshipped. I like this next clip because it shows how the people would have migrated to this place to meditate and match their frequencies to the planets. Now for the symbolism of 3, the 3 kings. It's a symbol for the 7 planets, and it's a symbol for the 3 kings. The one marked letter I could be a symbol for the 5 planets and a symbol for the 12 constellations, but it has the 3 stamp. At the bottom, you see the stand again, and at the top, the bottom left, you see the X with the F. Usually the X stands for the 5 planets. The F makes it the 7. That's the first I've seen that symbol like that. You know, the X comes from the Stone Age. Another place equals another receipt. Moving on to other shared things. If you're new and confused about the menorah, I'll explain. The menorah started off with 7 branches, then later on it became 9. The Jews and the Hindus' religion are mirrored. You just don't know how, because you don't understand symbolism. The fire in his hand represents the fire you need to have access to the planets above. The outer ring represents the constellations. Shiva holds on to it with all of his parts, 7 to be exact. If you add the 2 hands that's not touching the outer rim, you get 9. Each part represents a planet. The next one I really liked was placed in front of CERN. CERN's a program that studies quantum physics, proving the importance of the Hindu religion. This statue shows the belt open as a tuning fork. A tuning fork works when you match one tuning fork to another. That represents you matching your frequency to a planet's frequency. The fan-like wing behind his head counts 7 as well for the 7 planets. All the gods have planets all over their carvings and statues because without the planets, they're powerless. Now back to more borrowed things. India has the 4-pane window. which represents the 5 planets. We've already decoded this. The funny thing is, China has it as well. You see it in the top left corner, the 3 stand under the bottom of the window pane. They will be acknowledged knowingly or unknowingly in every civilization. Japan, with the 3 kings stand. You see the window pane right above it as well. And the cross over top of it. This represents the 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. This goes for me as well. I'm the one that teaches the origin of everything. Quick to call everyone pagan. All of our roots are pagan. The 3 kings are on everything on this planet. This is why I say I'm unmatched. Let's take a skip to Albania, where I found something interesting. I have a new group to add to my list of fire users. They would dance around the fire for hours with very short intervals, using war drums, making battle cries, dancing and singing around the fire as a ritual to purify themselves. Like I said, another to add to the list. My subscribers are used to seeing these symbols. We got the cross that comes from the Stone Age. I see Islam's crescent moon and star, Israel's so-called Shield of David, and of course the stand with the 3. It represents the 9 planets, but it also has the 3 for the 3 kings. This stamp, a receipt as knowledge of the gods. Moving back to India, let's talk about Shani, not this one, or this blue guy. This one fits the description. Ancient gods' description is woolly hair and black skin. Africa didn't only use pyramids as receipts. They left their gods as receipts that look just like them. The Anunnaki figured ways to place credit to their gods in their aspects, stealing the light from Saturn and other planets like Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune included. Mr. Saturn here has the symbols of the planets on his body as well, because without those, he's not a god. He has 5 levels on his crowns for 5 planets. From his shoulders to his crown, you'll count 9 green stones for 9 planets. Representation for the 7 planets and 9 and 5 all over him, just like all the other gods all over the world. This one shows him having the symbols from the Stone Age in his earrings. Why does Mr. Saturn need tuning forks to harness the energies of the planets above? Humans can do this. They were taught every truth about the cosmos, even knowing the distance between Earth and the sun. But no civilization can have complete power. You have to praise the gods, the Anunnaki gods, not just Saturn. And I won't stop until all of India understands. We can't blame the Africans for teaching this knowledge. They were under strict orders. This is Buddha, by the way. They can knock off all the noses they want. They got that curly hair too. Another Buddha. Now I showed you guys West Africa, but not East. We'll get to the pyramids in South America soon. Designed with nostrils like that to take the hottest climates with the driest air. It was impossible for England to hide the world. Africa touched all of it. The 3 receipt at the top of his head, knowledge of the gods, knowledge of the 3 kings. 4 stripes across equals 4 planets. The cube equals 5. 5 planets you can see with your naked eye. Left you have the 9 planets. Notice the frequency running through the band where the 4 is. He's matching his frequency with the planets above. Well, that's it about black gods and borrowed things in Africa. They left so many breadcrumb trails, and it was easy to follow. It's almost as if they did a precaution plan for in case things were erased in history. What's in the dark comes to light. Always. Thank you, Saturn. It seems Fred loves me shaking the foundations of the earth, so we'll blame this episode on Fred.